Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. If I can please request you, as you come in, to rename yourself with the school name and the student name, so we can easily identify the students that are here. If we can also request you to have your cameras and your microphones off for now, and we will give you access to turn on your camera and your microphone when it's your time to perform. For now, if I can ask you please to rename yourself with the school name as well. So student name and school name. If you are a teacher who is here to support their students, but you don't have the students with you, can I please ask you to follow us on the live YouTube link, which I've put up now in the chat. If you are a teacher with the students, if you are a teacher with the performing students, can I please ask you to rename your profile ID with the student's name and the school name? If you are a teacher without the students and you are here to support them, please, if I can ask you to watch and support using the live YouTube link that we've posted in the chat, and keep this platform only for the students. This way, it helps us identify who is here. We take attendance so we know who is here and who to call on when it's their turn. So thank you so much. We will start shortly. We will wait on a few more. If you are a teacher or a librarian or a parent who is here only to support your students, please, if I can ask you to do so by watching them on the live YouTube link. But if you have the student with you and they are using your device to perform today or to participate today, if I can ask you to rename your ID just for now with the student's name and the school name. So we know that your student is here and we will call on them when it's their turn. I can see most of you have done so. If you have not done yet, if I can please ask you to rename yourself with your school name and student ID. Well done to everyone who's done so. So as we wait for a few more students to join, thank you so much to everyone who has renamed. We appreciate it. My colleague Mia in the background is taking attendance. My colleague Alia as well is taking note of who's here. This will help us identify the students who are here and call on them when it's their turn to perform. If we have almost everyone here, we will go ahead and start so we can stick to the schedule. I think we'll start in 1 minute. And if you come in late, well, you won't hear my message, but if the students come in late and we've skipped their turn, we'll give a chance at the end for anyone who's come in late to raise their hand and say, I'm here, and we'll give them the chance to perform. But we will go ahead and start. So I will start by saying welcome and good morning to everyone who is joining us today. Welcome to the Emirates NBD Poetry for All Round 1 competition. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Thank you for the teachers as well for supporting their students and being here for them. We are very proud of all of you for being part of this competition, and we look forward to your performances. I will start, before I introduce the judge, by letting you know how the round will go today. So we will start with the 8 to 13 age group. We will call out your school name and your name, and we will give you access to turn on your camera and your microphone, after which we will give you a thumbs up that you are audible and visible. You can go ahead and introduce yourself again to the judge and to your fellow poets today, and then go ahead and start your recitation. For the 8 to 13, you only need to recite the poem. You do not need to give a justification. So once we give you the thumbs up and tell you all is well, you can go ahead and start your recitation. Then we will move on to the 14 to 18 age group. For that age group, students are required to give a justification for why they chose the poem. It is one of the judging criteria. So you can choose to do so before or after your poetry performance, as long as you remember to do so. And we will remind you again when we move on to the 14 to 18 age group. And this is it. Results will be announced towards the end of next week. So we will contact ones who have moved on to the final round, and we will let them know what is the procedure then. And with that, I would like to introduce you to our judge for today, Penny Mackenzie. Penny is involved in onstage and backstage, but mostly directing theatrical productions for over 35 years. She is a passionate lover of poetry and performance. She is involved with theater in schools, in particular with improv theater, sports. Improv teaches students to embrace a situation that goes wrong and turn it into a positive, and is famous for the story building phrase, yes, and. Welcome, Penny, and thank you for being with us today. And if you'd like to please address the students before we go ahead and start, and wish them good luck. You are muted.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. I'd love to address the students. It gives me great pleasure to be able to watch you, see what you do, recite the poems that you have learned. I work a lot with children, and it's always interesting for me to see the confidence that you bring to these recitations. I know it's hard, and it's delightful to see you do it, because it is hard. So well done in advance. Before you even start, well done for putting your hand up. Well done for being brave and standing up and doing something like this. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you chose to do it because you want to and you love the idea of it. And if you put your hand up because you didn't particularly want to do it, but thought you needed to, I hope that you learned something from it. And I hope that what you learned is that this is actually a lot of fun. So please enjoy yourselves and good luck.
Thank you, Penny. And with that, I will hand you over to my colleague, Alia, who will be conducting the competition from now onwards. I wish you all the best, and I am watching and rooting for all of you. So good luck to all.
Thank you, Dania. A very warm welcome to everyone to this morning session for the Emirates NBD Poetry for All competition first round. We wish you all the very, very best. And without further ado, we will begin with our first student of this morning from the 8 to 13 age category. And he is Gibran Mohammad Murtaza from King's School Al Barsha. And Gibran's going to be reciting See It Through by Edgar Albert Guest.
So the student was able to discuss the book.
Hello, Gibran.
Hello.
Hi.
Move the chair. More. Just move the chair. Come here.
Okay, can you say something just to make sure we can hear you well?
Hello.
Yeah, this is good. All the best, Gibran. Gibran, you're in school? or at home?
At home. I'm at home.
Okay. Just go for it. We can hear you.
Hello, my name is Jabran Murtaza. I'm 8 years old. I'm from King's Al Barsha. Today I will recite the poem called See It Through by Edgar Albert Guest. When you're up against the trouble, meet it squarely, face to face. Lift your chin and set your shoulders. Plant your feet and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If the worst is bound to happen, spite of all that you can do, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem futile when with troubles you're beset. But remember, you are facing just what other men have met. You may fail, but fall still fighting. Don't give up, whatever you do. Eyes front, head high to the finish. See it through.
Thank you, Gibran. And just to let Penny know, we still await Abbas Ibrahim Ihab to join us from King's School Al Barsha. But I believe we have Muhammad Adnan from Southview School with us. Muhammad is going to be reciting Waiting at the Window by A.A. Milne.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Ahmed Adnan, and today I'm going to be reciting Waiting at the Window by Alan Alexander Milne.
Welcome, Muhammad. All the best.
Thank you. These are my 2 drops of rain, waiting at the window pane. I'm waiting here to see which the winning one would be. Both of them have different names. One is John and one is James. All the best and all the worst comes from which one of them is first. James has just begun to ooze. He's the one I want to lose. John is waiting to begin. He's the one I want to win. James is moving slowly on. Something sort of sticks on John. John is moving off at last. James is going pretty fast. John is rushing down the pane. James is going slow again. James has met some kind of smear. John is getting really near. Is he going fast enough? James has met a piece of fluff. John has quickly hurried by. James was talking to a fly. John is there and John has won. Look, I told you, here's the sun.
Thank you, Muhammad Ahmed.
Thank you.
Thank you. And up next, we have Leila Low, also from Southview School. Leila is going to be reciting Good Morning, Dear Students by Ken Nesbitt. Hello, Leila.
Hello, my name is Leila Low, and I'm going to say a poem by Ken Nesbitt.
All the best.
Thank you. Good morning, dear student, the principal said. Please put down your pencils and go back to bed. Today we spend the day playing outside and take all school on a carnival ride. We'll learn to eat candy while watching TV, to listen to records and swing from a tree. We'll also be learning to draw on a wall, to scream in a classroom and run in your hall. So bring your skateboard, your scooter, your bike. It's time to be different and do what you like. The teachers are going to give you a rest. You don't have to study. There won't be a test. And if you prefer for a bit of change, feel free to go wild and act really strange. Go and put on a clown suit and dye your hair green and copy your face on a Xerox machine. Tomorrow we're back in a regular grind. Today just go crazy. We really don't mind. So tear up your homework. We'll give you an A, Oh, wait, I'm just kidding. It's April Fool's Day.
Thank you, Leila. And now we have with us Jewel Wasim Al Nasrallah. Jewel is going to be reciting A Poison Tree by William Blake, and she is from St. Mary's Catholic High School, Dubai. Hello, Jewel.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning.
My name is Joelle, as you know, and I'm from St. Mary's, and I'll be reciting A Poison Tree by William Blake.
All the best.
Thank you, miss. A Poison Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath. My wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not. My wrath did grow. And I watered in fears night and morning with my tears, and I sunned it with smiles and soft, deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night till it bore an apple bright, and my foe beheld its shine, and he knew that it was mine, and into my garden stole when the night had veiled the pole. In the morning, glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Thank you.
Thank you, Jewel.
Thank you, miss.
And next, we have Zenaida Maria D'Souza. Zenaida is also from St. Mary's Catholic High School, Dubai, and is going to be reciting 8 Tentacles by Julia Donaldson. Hello, Zenaida.
Hello, miss. Good morning, everyone. I am Zenaida from St. Mary's Catholic High School, and today I will be reciting 8 Tentacles by Julia Donaldson.
All the
8
best.
Tentacles by Julia Donaldson. If only I had an octopus, I'd soon get my housework done. I'd set him to work on the hookering with tentacle number 1. Tentacle 2 would grab a mop and start on the kitchen floor while dusting and polishing the furniture with tentacles 3 and 4. Tentacle 5 would turn on the tap and tackle the washing up, while tentacle 6 took a well-earned break, all curled round a china cup. Tentacle 7 would make the beds and set all the pillows straight, while all the time he'd be balancing on tentacle number 8. Thank you.
Thank you, Zenaida. And just to let Penny know, we still await our participants from St. Mary's Private School, Ras Al Khaimah. But we are going to move on to Ali Radwan Muhammad from Summit International School. Ali is going to be reciting Words Are Birds by Francisco S. Alarcon. Hello, Ali.
Hello, my name is Ali Radwan from Summit International School. I'm 9 years old, and today I will be reciting the poem Words Are Birds.
All the best.
Words are birds that arrive with books and spring. They love clouds, the wind, and trees. Some words are messengers that come from far away, from distant lands. For them there are no borders, only stars, moon, and sun. Some words are familiar, like canaries. Others are exotic, like the quetzal bird. Some can stand the cold. Others migrate with the sun to the south. Some words die, cage. They're difficult to translate. And others build nests, have chicks, warm them, feed them, teach them how to fly, and one day they go away in flocks. The letters on this page are the prints they leave by the sea. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. And we are going to wait for Amira Nuruddin from Summit International School. If she joins us later, we'll have her up. But for now, we're going to have Anne Jerry from Sunmark School, and is going to be reciting My Dog by Vernon Scannell. Hello, Anne.
Hi, my name is Anne Jerry and I'm from Sunmark School. Today I'm going to be reciting My Dog by Vernon Scannell. My dog belongs to no known breed. A bit of this and that. His head looks like a small haystack. He's lazy, smelly, fat. If I say sit, he walks away. When I throw stick or ball, he flops down on the grass as if he had no legs at all. Then looks at eyes on me that say, you threw that then, not me. You want it back, then get it back. Fair is fair, you must agree. He's a thief. Last week but one, he stole the Sunday roast and showed no guilt at all as we sat down to beans on toast. The only time I saw him run, and he went like a flash, was when a mugger in the park tried to steal my cash. My loyal, brave companion flew like a missile to the gate and didn't stop till safely home. He left me to my fate. And would I swap him for a dog, obedient, clean, good, an honest, faithful, lively chap? Oh boy, I would. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. And up next is Keshween Kaur, also from Sunmark School. Keshween is going to be reciting a poem to be spoken silently by Pai Corbett. Hello, Keshween.
My name is Kashwin, and today I'm from Sunmark, and I'd like to recite a poem called A Poem to be Spoken Silently.
Kashween, 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you come a little bit closer to your device? Because we're hearing a bit of an echo.
There's two devices on.
Do you have two devices on?
No.
Now, okay. Can you say something now? Maybe we can hear you better.
Hello?
Okay. I think you can go ahead. Okay, Keshween, all the best.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Kashwin, and I'm from Sunmark School. Today, I'd like to recite a poem called A Poem to be Spoken Silently. It was so silent that I heard my thoughts rustle like leaves in a paper bag. It was so peaceful that I heard the trees ease off their coats of bark. It was so still that I heard the paving stones groan as they muscled for space. It was so silent that I heard a page of this book whisper to its neighbor, "Look, he's peering at us again." It was so still that I felt a raindrop grin as it tickled the window's pane. It was so calm that I sensed a smile crack the face of a stranger. It was quiet that I heard the morning earth roll over in its sleep and doze for 5 minutes more. Thank you.
Thank you, Kashween. And next we have Hela Asayas from the Apple International School. Hela is going to be reciting A Poison Tree by William Blake.
Good morning.
Good morning, Hela.
That's from the Apple International School, and I'll be reciting A Poison Tree by William Blake.
All the best.
Thank you. A Poison Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not, my wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with smiles, and with soft deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pole. In the morning, glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Thank you.
Thank you, Hela. And next we have with us Sheikh Suleiman Mahmood from the Apple International School. Sheikh Suleiman is going to be reciting Good Morning, Dear Students by Ken Nesbitt.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sheikh Salman. I'm 13 years old from the Apple International School, and I'll be reciting Good Morning, Dear Students by Ken Nesbitt.
All the best.
Thank you. Good morning, dear students, the principal said. Please put down your pencils and go back to bed. Today we'll spend the day playing outside, then take the whole school on a carnival ride. We learn to eat candy while watching TV, then listen to records and swing from a tree. We'll also be learning to draw on the walls, to scream in the classrooms and run in the halls. So bring in your skateboard, your scooter, your bike. It's time to be different and do what you like. The teachers are going to give you a rest. You don't have to study. There won't be a test. And if you'd prefer for a bit of a change, feel free to go wild and act really strange. Go put on a clown suit or dye your hair green and copy your face on the Xerox machine. Tomorrow, it's back to the regular grind. But today, just go crazy. We really don't mind. So tear up your homework. I will give you an A. Oh, wait. I'm just kidding. It's April Fool's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheikh Suleiman. And then we have with us Ifra Ahmed from the English College. Ifra is going to be reciting 8 Tentacles by Julia Donaldson.
Hi,
hello Ifra.
Ahmed, and I'm going to be reciting the poem called 8 Tentacles by Julia Donaldson.
All the best.
Thank you. If only I had an octopus, I'd soon get my housework done. I'd set him to work on the homeroom with tentacle number 1. Tentacle 2 would grab a mop and start on the kitchen floor, while he dusted and polished the furniture with tentacles 3 and 4. Tentacle 5 would turn on the tap and tackle the washing up, while tentacle 6 took a well-earned break and curled around a china cup. Tentacle 7 would make the beds and set all the pillows straight. And all the time he'd be balancing on tentacle number 8. Thank you.
Thank you, Ifra. And next with us is Alia Musa, also from the English College. Alia is going to be reciting The Poison Tree by William Blake. Hello, Alia.
Hi.
If it is safe for you to do so, you can take off your mask. But if you don't feel comfortable and it's not safe, you can keep it on. That's fine. Okay. And can you say something just to make sure we can hear you?
Hello.
Yes. Hi. Okay. All the best, Alia. You can begin.
Good morning. My name is Alia Musa, and today I'm going to be reciting A Poison Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not, my wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with smiles, and with soft deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pool. And in the morning glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Thank you.
Thank you, Alia. And then we have with us Rachel Anantharaj from the Indian Academy, Dubai. Rachel is going to be reciting The Adventures of Isabel by Ogden Nash. Hello, Rachel.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Can you... Okay, just we'll wait for you to steady your camera. Okay, can you say something, Rachel, so that we can make sure we can hear you well? Perhaps come a little bit closer to your device.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's good. All the best, Rachel.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel, and I'm 11 years and I'm from the Indian Academy. Today, I will be reciting The Adventures of Isabel by Ogden Nash. Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry. The bear was ravenous. The bear's big mouth was cruel and harmonious.
the bear said, Isabel, glad to meet ya. How do, Isabel? Now I'll eat ya. Isabel? Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and tidied her hair. Then she quietly ate the bear. Once in a night as dark as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was cross and wrinkled. The witch's gums with teeth was sprinkled. Help, Isabel! The witch cried. I'll turn you into an ugly toad. Isabel? Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no rage and she showed no rancor. But she turned the witch into milk and drank her. Isabel met an hideous giant. Isabel continued self-reliant. The giant was hairy. The giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. Good morning, Isabel, the giant said. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. Isabel? Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled the zwieback that she was always fed on, and when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. He punched and he poked till he really shocked her. The doctor's talk was of coughs and chills. The doctor's sachet bulged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, swallow this, it'll make you well. Isabel? Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have with us Suleiman Khan from the Indian Academy, Dubai also. Suleiman Khan is going to be reciting See It Through by Edgar Albert Guest. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you well, Suleiman. Go for it. All the best.
A very good morning to the judges, participants, and everyone present here. My name is Suleiman Khan, and today I'll be reciting the poem See It Through by Edgar Albert Guest. When you're up against a trouble, meet it squarely, face to face. Lift your chin and set your shoulders. Plant your feet and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If the worst is bound to happen, spite of all that you can do, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile when with troubles you're beset. But remember, you are facing just what other men have met. You may fail, but fall still fighting. Don't give up whatever you do. Eyes front, head high to the finish. See it through, see it through.
Thank you, Suleiman. And now we have with us Enika Manoj from the Indian High School Oud Mehta. Enika is going to be reciting Remember by Joy Harjo. Hello, Enika. Hi, can you say something just to make sure we can hear you well?
Hello.
Yeah, I think, is it safe for you to take your mask off? If not, you can keep it on. Okay, now can you say something?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit closer to the device, please, Anika. Sorry, I just want to make sure we can hear you properly. Yeah, say something now, please. I think should be. Yeah, better. Okay, all the best.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. My name is Anarka Manoj from the Indian High School, and I will be reciting the poem Remember by Joy Harvey. Remember the sky that you were born under. Know each of the stars' stories. Remember the moon. Know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn. That is the strongest point of time. Remember sundown, giving away tonight. Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. You are evidence of her life and her mother's and hers. Remember your father. He is your life also. Remember the earth whose skin you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown earth. We are earth. Remember the plants, trees, animal life, who all have their tribes, their families, their histories too. Talk to them. Listen to them. They are alive poems. Remember the wind. Remember her voice. She knows the origin of this universe. Remember, you are all people, and all people are you. Remember, you are this universe, and this universe is you. Remember, all is in motion, is growing with you. Remember, language comes from this. Remember the dance languages that life is. Remember. Thank you.
Thank you, Anaika. And I believe with you, you also have Abdullah Hani from your school, the Indian High School Oud Mehta.
They put the sound off.
And Abdullah, I think you guys are on mute now. Abdullah is going to be reciting See It Through by Edgar Albert Guest. You'll have to unmute yourself. Great. Yeah. Yeah. Super. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. My poem was actually Remember by Joe Harvey.
Okay, no worries. You can go for that one. Great. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Remember by Joe Harvey. Remember the sky that you were born in. Each of the stars' stories. Remember the moon, know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn. That's the strongest point of time. Remember sundown and the giving away tonight. Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. You are evidence of her life and her mother's. Remember your father. He is your life also. Remember the earth, the skin you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown earth. We are earth. Remember the plants, trees, animal life. You all have their families, their tribes, their histories too. Talk to them. Listen to them. They are alive poems. Remember the wind. Remember her voice. She knows the origin of this music. Remember that you are all people, and all people are you. Remember, you are this universe, and this universe is you. Remember that all is in motion, is growing, is you. Remember, language comes from this. Remember the dance language is that life is. Remember. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Abdullah. And next we have Meenakshi Madhu Menon with us. Meenakshi is from the Indian High School Al Garhood and is going to be reciting The Sound Collector by Roger Magoo. Hello, Meenakshi.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, you're good to go. Your sound is good. All the best.
Respected judges and my dear friends, a very good morning. It's said that poetry is the best way to convey one's emotions. So here I am going to recite a poem titled The Sound Collector by Roger McGough. A stranger called this morning, dressed all in black and gray, put every sound into a bag and carried them away. The whistling of the kettle, the turning of the lock, the purring of the kitten, the ticking of the clock, the popping of the toaster, the crunching of the flakes. When you spread the marmalade, the scraping noise it makes, the hissing of the frying pan, shh, the ticking of the grill, the bubbling of the bathtub as it starts to fill, the drumming of the raindrops on the window pane. When you do the washing up, the gurgle of the drain, the crying of the baby, wah, wah, the creaking of the chair. Sorry. The swishing of the curtain, the squeaking of the stair. A stranger called this morning. He didn't leave his name, left us only silent. Life will never be the same. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Meenakshi. And then we have with us Edwin Thomas, also from the Indian High School, Al Gharood. Edwin's going to be reciting See It Through by Edgar Albert Guest. Hello, Edwin.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, we can hear you well. Go for it, Edwin. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. One of the top ways to boost your self-esteem is to finish what you start, is to see things through. This poem's title, See It Through, by Edgar Albert Guest. When you're up against a trouble, meet it squarely, face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet and take a breeze. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If the worst is bound to happen, fight of all that you can do. Run from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile. When they're troubled, you're beset. But remember, you are facing just what other men have met. You may fail, but fall still fighting. Don't give up, whatever you do. Eyes front, head high to the finish. See it through. See it through. All my dear friends, we only face one universal problem, which is seeing things through. Don't overestimate your problems and underestimate your ability to deal with them. See things through. Thank you all.
Thank you, Edwin. And before we move on to the next age group, I'd just like to call out some of the students who couldn't participate from this age group. Kings Al-Barsha, from Kings Al-Barsha, Abbas Ibrahim Ihab, if you're here, please send us a message. And St. Mary's Ras Al Khaimah, if anyone from there is in this meeting, please send us a message. And Amira from Summit International School, if you are here, please send us a message. Okay, we will come back to you. Meanwhile, we're going to move on to the 14 to 18 age category. Please remember that you have to let us know why you chose your poem. Don't forget your justification. First up, we have Advika Vedevanathan. Sorry, Advika, I hope I pronounced your surname properly. Advika is from Southview School and is going to be reciting A Friend's Greeting by Edgar Albert Guest.
Hi, there's a problem with my video for some reason. I tried switching it on, it worked for a minute, and now when I'm switching it on again, it's not working.
Okay. Why don't we, would you like to have a few minutes to fix that? We can come back to you.
Yes,
right?
please.
Okay,
So sorry.
so while you sort that out, we'll move to the next student and we'll come back to you. Okay. Thank you, Advika.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No worries, don't worry about it. Okay, so next up we have Jamila Santalan, also from Southview School. Jamila is going to be reciting A Friend's Greeting by Edgar Albert Guest.
Hello.
Hi, Jamila.
My name's Jamila, and I'm going to be reciting A Friend's Greeting by Edgar Albert Guest.
All the best.
Thank you. I'd like to be the sort of friend that you have been to me. I'd like to be the help that you've been always glad to be. I'd like to mean as much to you each minute of the day as you have meant, old friend of mine, to me along the way. I'd like to do the big things and the splendid things for you, to brush the gray from out your skies and leave them only blue. I'd like to say the kindly things that I so oft have heard and feel that I could rouse your soul the way that mine you've stirred. I'd like to give you back the joy that you have given me, yet that we're wishing you a need I hope will never be. I'd like to make you feel as rich as I who travel on, undaunted in the darkest hours with you to lean upon. I'm wishing at this Christmas time that I could but repay a portion of the gladness that you've strewn along my way. And could I have one wish this year, this only would it be, I'd like to be the sort of friend that you have been to me. The vulnerability and rawness the poet expresses creates this warmth and familiarity his readers can relate to, providing a different perspective of everyday life. The emphasis on the beauty of simplicity is flawlessly woven within the poem, allowing us to embed this perspective into our own lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamila. And now we'll go back to Advika and see if we can have her back on camera.
Yes, I clicked the wrong button and it just switched off for a second. Sorry.
Okay, that's great. You sorted it out. Brilliant.
Yes. Okay.
All the best.
Thank you. Can I start?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, my name is Advika Vaidyanathan and I'm from Southview School. Today I will be reading A Friend's Greeting by Edgar Albert Guest. Friends, I'd like to be the sort of friend that you have been to me. I'd like to be the help that you've been always so glad to be. I'd like to mean as much to you each minute of the day as you have meant, old friend of mine, to me along the way. I'd like to do the big things and the splendid things for you, to brush the gray from out your skies and leave them only blue. I'd like to say the kindly things that I have so oft have heard, and feel that I could rouse your soul the way that mine you've stirred. I'd like to give you back the joy that you have given me, yet that we're wishing you in need, I hope will never be. I'd like to make you feel as rich as I who travel on, undaunted in the darkest hours with you to lean upon. I'm wishing at this Christmas time that I could but repay a portion of the gladness that you've strewn along the way. And I could have one wish this year, If only would it be, I'd like to be the sort of friend that you have been to me. So the poem is about the speaker who expresses his gratitude towards his friends, who was always there for him. During Christmas time, he remembers that how he had always a shoulder to lean on during his darkest hours when he needed somebody by his side the most. The poem has 4 stanzas, and the writing scheme of the poem is A, and B. And the poem has a lot of literary devices used like hyperbole, repetition, and similes. Thank you.
Thank you, Advika. Up next, we have Adrian John Bohol from St. Mary's Catholic High School, Dubai. Adrian is going to be reciting A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, judges and fellow participants. My name is Adrian John Bohal Rettig from St. Mary's Catholic High School, Dubai. I chose this poem to see the poetic undoing of reality. Much like I did, the poet felt, 2 of a kind yet, 1 heart to melt. Eyes closed, seeing none, hearts open, feeling one. I like this poem. It speaks to me. Listen, and you too shall see. A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow. You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep. While I weep, oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. Next, we have with us Ashlyn Regina D'Souza. Ashlyn is from St. Mary's Catholic High School, Dubai, and is going to be reciting To Be or Not to Be by William Shakespeare. Hello, Ashlyn.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, all the best. We can hear you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, respected judges and my fellow participants. My name is Ashlyn Regina D'Souza from St. Mary's Catholic High School, Odmeta. I will be reciting To Be or Not to Be by William Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether to snow blur in the mind, to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and, by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep, no more. And by a sleep we say to end the heartache and 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Ah, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. Who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrongs, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love. The laws delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might his quietest make with a bare bodkin. Who would far else bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience doth make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought and enterprises of great pith and moment. With this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Thank you. As to why this poem, I kill myself. Now what? Do I end or continue drifting or be tortured by demonic emissaries? But here I am, living, suffering, continuing. I know how to take the pain, in this world at least. Yet I wonder, to be or not to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashlyn. And now we have with us Nicola Peens from Sunmark. It's Nicola Peens from Sunmark School, and Nicola is going to be reciting The Paradox by Sarah Kay. Hello, Nicola.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Good morning, my name is Nicola Peens. I'm 15, currently in year 11 at Sunmark School, and today I will be reciting the poem The Paradox by Sarah Kay. Like we said. Sarah Kay to me has always been such an idol, and it's largely due to the fact that she acted as this gateway that led me into the world of spoken poetry, which led to a love for theater and a love to acting. And I will forever be so grateful for her for that, because I would have never realized it until I stumbled upon her. But this poem specifically, I felt very drawn to the first time I read it. And it's largely due to the fact that I resonated so much with this worry she was sharing with us, this idea that she's constantly in the wrong place. She feels, she's been told that she will never be in the right place and it will never be enough no matter what she does. And along with that, the opening of this poem is just one I've never been able to really forget. The juxtaposition that she uses over and over again, it allowed me to reflect so much on human behavior and how we ourselves have this tendency to be uncertain and to not know what we really want from ourselves and out of life. And I think that was very prominent within this. When I'm inside writing, all I can think is I should be outside living. But when I'm outside living, all I can do is notice all there is to write about. When I read about love, I think I should be loving, but when I love, I think I need to read more. I am stumbling in pursuit of grace. I hunt patience with a vengeance on the morning that my brother's tired muscles held to the pillow. My father used to tell him, for every moment you aren't playing basketball, someone else is on the court practicing. I spend so much of my time wondering if I should be somewhere else. So I've learned to shape the words thank you with my first breath each morning, my last breath each night. When that last breath comes, at least I will know I was thankful for all the places I was so sure I was not supposed to be. All the places I made it to, all the words I wrote, all the loves I held, and even if it's just for one moment, I will be exactly where I'm supposed to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. And now we have with us Ridhima Banerjee from Sunmark School also. Ridhima is going to be reciting Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. Hello, Ridhima. Your camera is the other way around. So you'll
wait 1 second, I'll just try to
we
fix
can
that.
see you upside down.
I'm so sorry, I don't know why this is happening.
It's okay. No,
could I please
take your
go
time.
a bit later? Because if I can try to fix
Sure. We'll give you a few minutes to
sorry
sort
for the
this out and then we'll
inconvenience.
come back to you. Okay?
Thank you so
Don't worry
much,
about
yeah.
it. Okay, no worries. Okay, so next up is Suzanne Mohammed. Suzanne is from the Apple International School and is going to be reciting So You Want to Be a Writer by Charles Bukowski. Hello, Suzanne.
Hi, good morning. My name is Suzanne Awad. I'm 16 years old and I'm representing the Apple International School. And the poem that I chose is called So You Want to Be a Writer by Charles Bukowski. I chose this poem because the poet has really described an image of what a writer really looks like. And his words were very intriguing and fascinating to me. And I felt like writing doesn't appear for everyone naturally. It only comes after a talent and a passion. So, You Want to Be a Writer by Charles Bukowski. If it doesn't come bursting out of you in spite of everything, don't do it. Unless it comes unasked out of your heart and your mind and your mouth and your gut. Don't do it. If you have to sit for hours staring at your computer screen or hunched over your typewriter searching for words, don't do it. If you're doing it for money or fame, don't do it. If you're doing it because you want women in your bed, don't do it. If you have to sit there and rewrite it again and again, don't do it. If it's hard work just thinking about doing it, don't do it. If you're trying to write like somebody else, forget about it. If you have to wait for it to roar out of you, then wait patiently. If it never does roar out of you, do something else. If you first have to read it to your wife, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your parents, or to anybody at all, you're not ready. Don't be like so many writers. Don't be like so many thousands of people who call themselves writers. Don't be dull and boring and pretentious. Don't be consumed with self-love. The libraries of the world have yawned themselves to sleep over your kind. Don't add to that. Don't do it. Unless it comes out of your soul like a rocket. Unless being still would drive you to madness or suicide or murder. Don't do it. Unless the sun inside you is burning your gut. Don't do it. When it is truly time, and if you have been chosen, it will do it by itself, and it will keep on doing it until you die or it dies in you. There is no other way, and there never was. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Now we'll try for Ridhima to come back on.
Hello, is my camera fine?
We actually can't see you yet. Oh yeah, it's brilliant. It's good now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. All the best, Ridhima.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. My name is Ridhima Banerjee, and I'm from Sunmark International. The poem that I've chosen to recite today is one that has resonated with me, ever since I was growing up, and it's written by one of my childhood icons, Maya Angelou herself. And it talks about how about the different struggles that the Black community has had to face throughout the years, and how humanity has managed to persevere through that and has progressed and is still progressing. And I particularly admire the way of how she expresses these struggles in her writing through the little tiny nuances, and how she'll occasionally inject a little bit of humor to inject more hope. And all in all, her writing in this poem itself has stood by me through some of my darkest times. Thus explaining why I've chosen it. So, Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness offend you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, and with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high still, I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise? That I dance like I've got diamonds at the meetings of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide welling in swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind night, of terror and fear I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise. Thank you.
Thank you, Ridhima. And now we have Adityan Ajay from the Indian High School, Oud Mehta. Adityan is going to be reciting To Be or Not to Be by William Shakespeare. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, it's all good to go. All the best.
A hearty day, one and all. Today, I'm going to recite the soliloquy, To Be or Not to Be, from the play Hamlet by William Shakespeare. This is one of my favorites simply because of its philosophical nature, questioning life and death, in short, existence. The first 6 words of the soliloquy, to be or not to be, establishes a balance and says that Hamlet is thinking about life and death, pondering in a state of being versus state of not being, that is, in a state of dilemma. I feel that this phrase can be used in many instances of our life, which gives it a deep meaning that I consider as its inner beauty. Here it starts. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep. No more by sleep to say we end. The heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. It is the consummation, devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressors wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the lost delay, The insolence of office and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin, who with these fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a very life, but that the dread of something after death. The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns puzzles the will, and rather makes us bear those ills we have, than fly to others that we know not of. This conscious dog make cupboards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is to clead over with a pale cast of thought and enterprises of great pith and moment. With this regard, the currents turn all right and lose the name of action. Thank you.
Thank you, Adityan. And next we have Riya Gupta from the Indian High School, Oud Mehta as well. Riya is going to be reciting Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. Hello, Riya. Can you say something, Riya, so that we can make sure we... You are muted, Riya. Mia sent you an unmute request. If you accept that, then you will be unmuted. Hi, Riya, we lost you there. If you accept Mia's request for the spotlight and the unmute, then we should be able to have you back. While we wait for Riya to get back on, with Riya, we would have concluded our lineup for this morning, and we've had all the participants from the older age category. But if you are on the sheet for this morning and your name was not called out and you're in this meeting, please send us a message and we will give you a turn to perform.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, great, Riya. Well done.
Right. Really sorry for the inconvenience.
No worries, no worries. All the best.
A really big good morning to all of you present over here. My name is Riya Gupta and I'm from Indian High School, Dubai. Today I'll be reciting Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. This poem is about the enslaved Black women of history. Historically speaking, these Black women were alone. And today, presently, we are alone in the pandemic. These Black women were oppressed. They were suppressed. And today, we are being enslaved. We are being suppressed by the COVID. These Black women were a symbol of empowerment, and our generation as a whole hopes to be a symbol of freedom and courage for the future. I'm a young girl today, but I'll be the woman tomorrow. And that is why I relate to this poem. In many different ways, I did not choose this poem. This poem chose me. And here we have Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just 'cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops. weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard that I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of fear and terror. I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing in the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Thank you.
Thank you, Ria. And that brings us to the end of our lineup for this morning. Just giving a minute to anyone whose name was not called out. If you're here, please send us a message on the chat. And meanwhile, a big thank you to all of you for joining us for this morning session. A huge thank you to Penny for helping us with the judging. And please, all of you, remember always that you are all heroes for coming up here and performing, whether you go to the next round or not. Give yourselves a pat on the back because you have all been amazing and made our morning wonderful by your performances. May your love for poetry continue.
If I could just say something to the students.
Sure.
Well done, guys. That was really tough. You did a really good job. I loved listening to you. This is for the older age group, by the way. I loved your justifications. Those were well thought out and personal, which is always very touching. So congratulations to everybody who took part. And I hope you all have a favorite poem. It doesn't have to be one of these, but that you carry a favorite poem with you in your heart, because that is the true love of somebody who enjoys poetry, that you have a poem that you carry with you every day that inspires you or lifts you up.
Thank you, Penny. Well said. And a big thank you to Mia also, who's now here with us on screen. Without Mia, we couldn't have gone through our list and couldn't have, gone through this morning's session glitch-free. So thank you so much, Mia. And I believe that will bring us to the end of the session. Thank you again to all for joining. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Enjoy your day, Miss. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much.